Welcome back to IAEE TV, sponsored by TMS and produced by CNTV. I'm Amy Sweezy, and joining me now is Dan Cole. Dan is from Infocom. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Amy. It's great to be here.
So you have been in the business a long time.
Since 1992.
And you have been at Expo many years.
Since 1992.
There we go. So that's a lot of years.
A lot of years.
Tell me, in your experience, how has the business changed over all these years?
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, how have I changed? I used to have a full head of hair. The business has changed dramatically. I think since I started, it's transitioned from over many years, concrete in a convention center in terms of selling booths, sponsorships, and afterthought, to the complete opposite. So from a sales standpoint, we've really transitioned to value-based selling over the years, and that is because the industry has changed. Participants are, from an attendee standpoint, and you're hearing it all over the floor, looking for the experience in a trade show. The salespeople who I'm involved with in that part of the industry have got to give it to them or set their expectations. So the participation in trade shows from both exhibitors and attendees has just drastically changed.
And what is Infocom? Who attends? Who are your
Infocom,
attendees?
we are the show of record for the Pro AV industry. So you've got, in my mind, to make it simple, two types of AV. Your home theater and your house is residential AV. Everything you see in the studio, digital signage, $1 million conference room, all that is Pro AV, and these are typically installed by integrators. So that's the Pro AV channel. And then the other half of our audience, the other 35%, are end users, and with that I mean adjacencies are verticals, whether it's education, healthcare, government, military, houses of worship. And these all folks are consuming or buying Pro AV.
I know cost is something, of course, that at all the trade shows, everybody's like, we got to keep costs down, but costs are going up.
Yep.
So how do we handle that?
Full transparency with people, full candor. Just having this conversation the other day. No one is doing this on purpose. These are businesses, and the whole ecosystems within trade shows, they have a right to make a profit, but they also have a right to do it respectfully and empathetically with the clients that they serve, which again, are exhibitors and attendees alike. How do we deal with it? We do the best we can. We empathize and we give feedback to the cities, to the vendors, and we demand cooperation or demand empathy and working with one another. It's a tough subject these days, and it always has been, but it's more profound now. I think COVID, in many ways, even with regard to your prior question, really just changed everything in terms of value. People are scrutinizing more comprehensively than ever before.
And do you think that's the biggest challenge, or do you think there's other even bigger challenges in the industry?
I think that's a big challenge, but proving value, again, the internet decades ago changed everything, but access to information is much, much easier for attendees and exhibitors alike. So that's proving value in terms of participating in trade show, both from an attendee and exhibitor standpoint, is a real challenge and absolute necessity now. And again, things that don't change, things that don't come off the table are honesty, integrity, authenticity. But no, that proving value, it is, when you have young people starting their careers in trade shows, that's the first team, at least first thing that I've got to cover as salespeople is you are not here to sell booths, concrete in a convention center. You are here to provide access to a market, and you have got to prove that value. Your competitors you're going to have to do it as well. If you have folks entering the industry who don't know any better, but to do that, that's a win. There's a lot of us old fogies who've been doing this that have seen the transition through the years.
And what are your thoughts on the young professionals that are joining the business now?
Another key component of what's changed in the industry. I've got 4 kids, and they're all in their 20s now, but even the way they consume information is totally different. And they do not expect the same experience that I would have as attending a trade show or getting people involved with exhibits. So that next generation is essential to our industry, and just as important is understanding the audiences that are coming or about to come to our events The way they consume information is not traditional, and you're seeing new ways here, and I'm glad IE concentrates on that and will continue to provide programs. But we have got to, I used to be the young guy calling on older people as a salesperson. Now it's the old guy calling on younger people, and they, even with me and the sales team, they are consuming information that I provide them much, much differently. I have a tremendous amount of respect for that. The industry has to as well.
I want to talk quickly about the CEM program. I know you're faculty. What's that experience like?
Been great. It's been since I had the honor of rewriting the sales module many, many, many years ago, and I've been involved with that for decades now. I'm on the faculty of CEM, and it's always rewarding for a couple reasons. Number one, when I teach, whether I co-present like I did with Josie and Rich in the past, or I do it on my own, I'm always learning something, always, and it is a pleasure to see folks that are coming into the industry and those that are veterans alike learning together. It's an esteemed program. I'm proud and privileged to be a part of it.
We're at the end of 2025. We're here in Houston. Expo, ready for 2026. What are you most excited about as we move into the future?
Oh, I think that the way, as far as InfoComm is concerned, I'm most excited how our show continues to transform, meaning that we are evaluating the experience, the attendee journey, the exhibitor journey. This is something new and refreshing for us, and it takes a village, and that's what we're doing. I'm very, very excited for our show. I think it'll look different, it'll feel different, and it's been successful. Just piling on, if you will, onto that success is very exciting.
All right, Dan Cole, InfoComm, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Amy, it's been great to see you.
Appreciate your time. I'm Amy Sweezy. You are watching IAEE TV, sponsored by TMS and produced by CNTV.